So that's how our final colored frames look. I would say not too bad for like very cheap frames. And you remember we put that sticker here, so we will just remove it, and we have this all nice and clear. We have the very sharp corner here, and everything should be ready. Already know when we would just reassemble it with having like this little improvement, we would have made already a very big impact in the situation. So let's go to the next step. Let's take our coils. I think this is a very nice picture to show you how a coil looks. There are so different ways of a coil. And as we see before, here I have some cores. Here I have some more coins. The normally very first thing what I do when I got coils. So we have different coils what I lie around. That is an example. That's a coils I was by somewhere. So I mean, why not? We could put some different coils in as well to just show a different way. There are like some coins from me from an old machine. And yeah, that would be an example how you buy coins. This is a very perfect example. You see that? This is how you would get the core of a coil. This is actually from a Godoy because I see from the top. So this is actually how you would get a coil without the wrapping. And the wrapping is nothing else than having this wire, and the wire is wrapped from the bottom to the top. Now the thing is, when it comes to the coils, the more clean they wrapped, the better they run. And the very, very first thing what you would do when you get some coins, it's to open them up. This one, they are wrapped with a clear, so we actually can see that they look like pretty good, I have to say. I seen a lot more horrible coins. So it's very important when you open that up, you don't want scratch the coins. Because the reddish color, the reddish orangey color around the coil, that is actually the isolation, like from a cable. It's nothing else than a cable. So yeah, normally the very first thing what I do is I take the stuff away. It's even double protected, this one, to have a really good look at it. But you can see that have a very, very good wrapping compared to, yeah, that was also from a China machine somewhere. You see they make that all fancy coil, so they look all nice on the top, all this with the whatever that is. But then you can see the wrapping inside. It have a very horrible wrapping. You see, it's like all shifted, and the cleaner the wrapping, the more magnetic field you have. And yeah, this one you can see as an example. You see they are really not clean wrapped here on the top and on the bottom. Even you can see that the full shape from the side, it's like wobbly, And it's only wobbly because of one reason, because the layers under it, they are not clean as well. And so it goes all together. You not can expect to have only the last layer nice and the layers under, they are like not nice. It will not be a good running machine, I can promise you that. Because the magnetic field is the one thing who is very crucial for how our machine runs. So I will just remove that quick. And I mean, you don't have to remove it, but this is one thing. There are some brands who sell very good coils, or you even can, I mean, look at this, when you have the core, you can wrap them yourself. You can make your own coils. It's like not a big deal. What a lot of people do who do their own coils, they basically they drill a screw in one side. They take that screw, put it on a power drill. Yeah, maybe show you that quick. I don't think I have wire here. I didn't build for very long. I mean, you can spend a little bit more time, take a straight screw, and no, you can like, best is with two people, you can wire it very nice and make sure that you have a perfect wrapped coil. And you see, this is not even cost you much, you know, or you just take the old core of a machine and you just take the coil off and you just wrap it new. It takes like not much time. It's a very easy trick. And that's how it's done. So let me see what we have. These ones are actually very nice. No, it's not too nice. It's alright, I would say. And here's a good example. Here you can see these coils are already prepared. You see the end of it, it's silver, and the coil itself have the red look, and it stops here. And it is because what you do when you like open up a coil and you want to get the insulation off, you just take a little bit of sandpaper. So you can just take a little bit of hand sandpaper and you just like edge it off. Let me see. Here we can see that nice. You can see that. So it's all orange, and we would just like take the edge of it, and we need to like sand it off. That's one way is to like sand it off. Another way is to take a blade and just scratch it off. It works both very nice. And now you can hopefully see that there comes the silver through, and that is what you have to do when you want to use coils. I would say we will go with the coils who was included. Because we don't want to build it new, we just want to rebuild it. Make sure that you be careful with the cables. We will also replace the cables very soon. So we want to do something a little bit, so because you know what we do with the old capacitor? Nothing. Actually, yeah, we could reuse it, but you know what they cost? Yeah, I know. Some of you have seen they in a tattoo supply shop where you pay like €6 for it. But when you just go to electronic store, they have the same. They cost you like nothing. Like really like nothing. So I think for our reason, we keep the ones who go together. We keep together. And I want to tell you, when you have the coils like this, there is no front and back, because you look from the bottom and you see the inside from the coils, they going together here, and what comes out of the coil is the outside layer. So it doesn't matter in which direction you later on put that on, but you want to make sure that you have the inside from the core, that's both together, so you have like a magnetic field with like going up. So you want to make sure that there's one cable comes from the inside, because it starts wrapping here, and then as mentioned, it starts wrapping 8 times. 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, and with the 8th time we are very on the outside, we come down, and then the cable comes out on the outside, and you have pretty much 8 times the same here. And you want to make sure that the cables who are closer to the core, these are the ones are connected here in the middle. And then you have the ones who go to the back and ones to go to the front. And it doesn't matter in which direction is it, but you want to make sure the inside is the inside and the outside is the outside. So in that case, we already have the coils like this. It's different when you buy the coils separately. Like these are coils I was buying. So you see they are just wrapped together. But here we nicely can see that one cable comes from the inside very close to the coil and one is on the outside. So we know exactly which cable is what. And yeah, now we will just prepare the coils like what I showed you before, because right now I'm never sure which technique I like more. Just have to be very gentle that you don't damage the rest of the coil, or that you rip it out or break it up, because when you break it up there, that can be like a tricky end. So that's our coils. The next thing what we do with it, we are like clean them up. You know, usually we take the black off or the wrapping off just to really have an inspection. They are looking pretty good. We can wrap them again. As I say, we would not have need to make that with them as they clear, but we like to tune our machine anyway. So I will get some stickers. Okay. So now you pretty much can, yeah, you paint something on a paper, you wrap it around. It's like, you know, it doesn't matter. I think I will just use this. And I show you how you make your coils nice. I mean, that you can even make with good running machines. And you just want them a little bit pimped up. Make a very rustical look on that. And you can like put cotton around, you can, I don't know, whatever you feel like. Doesn't matter, there are not much rules with that now. Trying to make two different styles for you guys. Okay, now this is just like the optic surface. You would not even need to do that. Or you can wrap it in a other way or use this plastic wrap like this. The really like good tape. Good tape will be also be very solid and hold. So the next step is to seal the coins. For this we use I don't exactly know how it's called, but it shrinks together like a shrink tube. So I usually try to make a very nice cut, and let's see. Let's make two of them. And in that way you can basically put everything in the coin, because we will just shrink it together. And some people use the what it's called, a hot blow thing, but we will be very primitive. We just use a lighter. Yeah, we have to remove it again. The problem is that the only ones from them I have here are very, very big ones. As you can see, there are different sizes, and the red size actually I think the red size would fit, you see, perfect. Maybe we just use the red size. This one is a little too small. That's actually good one. We have two less from them. So yeah, the red would work absolutely fine. This one, maybe we experiment a little bit. So yeah, the bigger they are, the more tricky to get them equally together. And see, we let it stuck over a little bit on both sides, or whatever you want to do. So in the moment we heat it up, it makes this shrinky thing going on, which you know from all the coins. And when you take the hot air gun, hot blow gun, whatever, then you will not have the blackish layer on it. But I'm all vintage here. So we make a red bottom. Because why not? You have to do something there. You see what happened now? I broke off one side. Don't worry about that. It's just an opportunity to show what to do in a situation like this. And that is, yeah, when you not have so much stuff there and you have to, like me, like put it on, put it off, put it on, put it off, then stuff like this can happen. We will fix that, don't worry. Just a little bit more pain in the ass. So what we will now do, we have to take one round off. Inside. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. It's inside. So it's a very tricky, delicate situation because it's our inside wire. So we not just can like take it one wrapping out. We can now try to reach it here. What I done. Get a little bit everything free. It's sometimes not good when you want to show a lot of things, but also it's good to show what can happen, because I told you before, be very careful and we have no chance to take this. So that means this coil, it's fucked. This coil is fucked. but I have to say also the wire inside, it felt very weak, even that it looked not too bad. It's pretty much not a bad thing. It gives me the chance to like open that up entirely now. And show you how a full coils really works. Because as you see, this is just like a normal wire which you can buy basically in every home market. And you see the wrapping is not too bad. You could basically like unwrap it and wrap it again. So it's like, yeah, when we would not be too lazy, we could kind of fix that wire, but we won't. So I know you see pretty much the ending of it. And here was the ending, which was like screw us up. I have to admit, I was very loosey with taking care of that coils. Normally, I like to have a rubber gums around, rubber bands around, so that the coils are always together, because that is a really high risk. And what I normally do when I build my own machine, as you see on my machines, that part is also rebuilt. I disconnect the coins in the beginning, so I have 2 coins. And I just wanted to save time with this ones. And as you see, it was not benefit us. In no way it benefited us. Or you take some sort of tape and you kind of tape them together in the beginning just to be sure that something what happened to me will not happen to you. Because that is really the last thing you want. The last thing you want happen. Let's take this and see what we do. And I mean, when it comes to the wrapping, you see, you could like hand wrap it. And as soon as you have a few, you just wrap it a few times around, you smash it together. You wrap it a few times around, you smash it together. And that's pretty much what you do till you have 8 wrappings. And as you can see, we can use the exact same wire, and we could even better wrap them as before, because I make sure that every wrap is like 100% tight. And I guarantee you would wrap like that better than a pro, because usually they don't take a lot of time and a lot of effort for wrapping their coins. And scramble that all together. And just to show you that how simple coins are made. So, and you see that's our very first layer. We have 100% nice wrapped coin now. So it was pretty good that this happened to me. So otherwise I would not have shown you that. And now you would like wrap it in the other direction back and up and down and up and down. What we will not do, because I'm too lazy and I have a lot of coins here. I have a lot of coils. And here you could actually see the difference. That's also not too bad. To show you the different size of it. I don't know if you can actually see that. That is the wrapping of my normal coils compared to the wrapping from this standard coils. So you can see that there's a really big difference, that I use a very big wire in my normal machines compared to this. So what we do now, we take a different coil. We have some coils here. So I would say we just take this two, take the other stuff away. They are not as nice as our old ones, and they're a little higher, but I guess they will do the job. And once again, I will once again wrap them up. This time a little bit more careful. I actually believe that the original coils from the cheap machine was much better than this. Yeah, maybe we build something funnier. Are you all ready for something funny? Yes, I guess. I guess we have two machines. So we can use something different, why not? Make it a little funny. And as we have to connect the middle again, we will just like unisolate them. Well, yeah, I can already feel that the wire from the other coils are so much stronger. So yeah, let's assume we want that cable connected and we want to protect that cable a little bit. These shrinky things, they are very nice to just like very tight here. Could have been a little bit longer. So let's put that together. So that's it. We fixed it. So what we want to do next on the coils is we want to put some cables on it. And so what mostly people do in the machines, in the normal coils, they use just this little wire from the coils to connect to the other parts of the frame. They put some of this shrink tube around, and tada. I make something different. I use a proper cable. And I would say there are a lot of different cables you can use. I usually try to use some sort of silver cable, something with like very beneficial when it comes for the electric. This is like massive cable, like really massive. So let's just prepare some of them. And we will use some of that shrinking tube. And it's always good to put a little bit of the shrinking tube around the cable beforehand. Put it on, twist it, and a little bit of welding. Cut it off. Let's make that here. Same. And when you're new with the fine welding, just take some cables and some stuff and practice a little bit. It's not such a big deal and such a big thing, and you get a feeling very fast for it. Also, you don't want to like break your machine like I done. You just don't. And as I mentioned, like to actually change out the cables, you would not even need to do that. That's more for really freaks like me who really want to optimize their machine for the maximum. And Put the shrink cable on it. So I would say we have machine coils number 1. And we will here and I have to mention that is very massive cables I put in here. I'm not sure if that is ever needed in a small machines like this, because you have seen the wiring from the coils are very, very thin. So, and it's very important that you have everything what you do, you put some of the shrink tubes around, because that's the point when there would be some of these connections are actually connected to our frame. This is where you can fix it. This is where electrical mistake happen, which you later not have your machine running, and later on it can be very tricky to find some places like this. So now we got a little mess here. Can be sometimes very tricky, and normally I have a lot of space for building, but today I have to make everything in this little square that you can see that from this camera or this camera, and it not makes it more easy for me. Also, we are building with the worst case. We're building with the cheapest equipment you can have, and as you see, that is now our coils. So they are set up with the new wrapping, double checked, controlled with new wires. And in case you want to build a better machine, there are some really good manufacturers where you can buy coils, and then you can just take like a machine where you really like the frame and you put different coils inside. Also here I will show you how to build a machine with 2 different sizes of coils. Why not? And yeah, so that's the coils.